In today's episode, we're going to talk to you about 3 effective and powerful ways for you to be able to build loyalty on your team. What's up, guys? This is Philip Sessions, the founder and CEO of RefinedVA, where we help you, the busy dadpreneur, buy back your time by finding the right virtual assistant to take those tedious tasks away from you. And today, I want to talk about 3 ways that you're going to be able to not only be able to get your time back, but really be able to buy in from your team, from your virtual assistants, to be able to get them to do things more on their own.
Yes! That's awesome!
Because at the end of the day, what happens when we first start getting team members is that it seems like we're just giving task after task after task, but we're not really building them up into a place that they can actually start figuring things out on their own and really becoming self-sufficient and independent workers. So these 3 things are really going to help you build that up along with building trust. So number 1 is giving credit publicly and giving feedback privately. Too often, especially in the corporate world, we don't see really either of these happen. And if anything happens, it tends to be feedback. Usually privately, it's always this feedback, and it's a negative type of feedback that, oh, you didn't do this right, you didn't do that right. And then sometimes that even comes out publicly as well. Yet the praise, we might offhandedly give it. We might ever, like very once in a blue moon, do we ever really give that praise publicly? So if you really want somebody on your team to be bought in, to really start to become independent and really want to work for you more and really build that loyalty, it's about giving that feedback publicly. So I actually had one of my virtual assistants, we had made a post about having video editors and how great they are, and we tagged one of my video editors in the post. Well, somebody actually reached out directly to her and asked her about getting some video editing, what her prices would be and things like that. And rather than her taking on that work, because technically she's an independent contractor and she could go get that work on her own, I wasn't in conversations with this particular person that reached out to her or anything. So there's really not a complete conflict of interest or anything there. And she probably had extra time outside of work that she could have done it and everything, which a whole different story. But rather than trying to take on that work herself and get into her own client, make some extra money, maybe make more than perhaps I'm paying her or anything like that, she actually referred her over to us internally, told me about it as well as HR to be able to get that started, because our recruiter is part of HR, and to really start helping with that process and help this person out rather than taking it on herself. And I could have easily just said, cool, thanks so much, appreciate it, and left it at that. But I made a point to bring it up in the team meeting in front of everybody. Of course, I told her in private, thank you so much, I appreciate that. But I also said it in front of the team. But why did I say it? 1, I wanted to show her appreciation. But 2, I also wanted to let the rest of the team know this is what I really appreciate and I want to see out of our team, and really is my expectation as well, because I want the team to start being able to find these opportunities, and when they do, bring them back into us so we can continue to grow our business and help more business owners. And so this just creates that loyalty loop by simply giving that praise and that credit in front of everybody. And we've had times where we had to get feedback too, and we've done that in private. So make sure that the feedback, and it shouldn't always be negative. That's another thing. We always want to give negative feedback, but it should be positive feedback as well in private. Now, if it's something, let's say they're constantly being late and they've been late multiple times, maybe that's something you do in public, that negative feedback, but it's to show the team that this is not something that's acceptable. I've had that happen before, and we've had to talk about it right then and there. Of course, the first time or two, we did it privately, we talked about it, but when it wasn't addressed and didn't seem to be corrected, then I addressed it in front of everybody. Kind of a little bit of an embarrassing moment, but also let everybody know that, hey, I am working on this, I am trying to correct this, and this is not acceptable, so the rest of the team won't do that as well. So there's loyalty kind of on both sides, but especially to create the true loyalty, you want to praise in public and reprimand in private. Number 2, involve them in the mission, not just the tasks. You don't want to only give out tasks. Of course, there's going to be times that you give out tasks, but eventually you need to get them involved in the mission. Maybe at the beginning you start with tasks, but over time you need to involve them in the mission. Why? Because if they don't understand the why behind their work, they're going to think, oh, I'm just doing video edits, or oh, I'm just posting on social media, or I'm just doing administrative work, but it really has nothing to do with the business. I could be replaced easily. But when you start to show them that, no, this is why you're important, and why the work that you do is important, it makes them get excited. It makes them feel more a part of the team instead of somebody that's just on the team doing a simple job, and it could be anybody. Now it makes them feel like, oh, I'm here for a reason. I am valued. And another way that you can get them involved in the mission, besides telling them what the mission is, where we're trying to go, why the business is in existence, and what we do to help our clients, is to actually ask for their feedback and their opinions on things. I do this all the time with my video editors, my social media manager, even recruiting. I talk with them. I have conversations, ask them, hey, what do you think about this? How do you think we could do that different? What do you see that we need to do to improve? What do you need from me? I ask them what they need from me all the time. I've noticed that's actually a side note, especially with virtual assistants. When you ask them what they need from you, it creates a lot more loyalty, because it's not just you telling them what you need from them. Now they're able to actually ask things back. And so I do this all the time with my social media manager. Say, hey, what do you need from me to be able to create more content? What are the things that you need? My video editors, hey, I know in a rough sense how much video you have, but if you're getting close to being done or you need a certain one, I'm throwing a ton of stuff out there. So if you need certain things, you've got to let me know as well, so I can get on those and have a sufficient amount of time to do that, because I can't just take off 2 minutes and create a video for you. So I need some time to get that done. It may take me a couple days, it may take me a couple of weeks. So let's stay on top of that. So I'm always asking them what you need from me, which creates that loyalty as well. And then giving them ownership in a particular area. So social media management, video editing. Actually, the one that's editing this video right now, she is in charge of our podcast and YouTube channel specifically. She focuses on that, and we've got another video editor that does reels. So they take the long form content and then create reels out of that. And so they are focused in on specific areas, which allows them to be empowered. And actually, with the video editor doing the YouTube channel, that was one of the things. She wanted to start doing the community engagement as well, which I found awesome. I had thought about that at one point, like, I need to get into doing YouTube more, community engagement and everything. And she brought that up. I didn't even have to tell her to do that. She brought that up, which, by the way, Rona, as you're editing this, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Can I say except you're welcome for the tides?
So, but your team will come up with great ideas. You just need to get them bought in. And so that's number 2 on how to create the loyalty within your team. And number 3, invest in their growth, not just their output. I see a lot of business owners, they focus in on how much more can you do for me? How many more things can you do? How much more can I pile up on your plate? And they don't think about where they're trying to go. My current social media manager right now actually started out as a general VA for me. So he did our website design. He helped out with some automations on our CRM, and he was kind of bouncing around doing several things. And then he started helping out with social media as we started to do both my personal and business page. And then he became our full-time social media manager and actually has developed into our marketing manager. So he's been able to elevate up a lot. But the reason why I got him involved in the business page for the social media was because we had a one-on-one one time and we talked about, where do you see yourself? Where do you want to be long-term? So I know you don't want to just be a general VA. What are the things that you like to do? What lights you up? And he said, I want to learn social media management more. He wanted to get more into that. And so I found the opportunity. He was there. He could use some more work as well at the time. And so I gave him the opportunity to take on the business page, because our current social media manager at that time, she was highly busy and she did have a couple different clients as well, but she was only working for us part-time, and so she couldn't pick up more hours. So she was only focused on the personal page, and so he was able to take on that business page because she wasn't able to take that on. And so I was able to give him that opportunity because I asked the question of, where do you want to go? I wasn't just focused on him only doing output, but where did he want to go? You could also provide training courses, which there's groups that I'm a part of on social media management, things of that nature, which we've provided that for. We've provided tools that makes their life easier, AI assisted tools, chat GPT, you name it. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do to invest into your team to help them out. Maybe it's a new monitor, a new mouse, a headset, whatever that may be, but try and find little ways to invest in your team. Because when they see any investment in them that you give them, they're going to be more invested and more loyal to your company. So again, the 3 things that you can do to create better loyalty within your company with your team members is: number 1, give credit publicly and feedback privately. Number 2, involve them in the mission and not just the tasks. And number 3, invest in their growth, not just their output. And so if you're struggling with being able to create loyalty on your team, or if you're just struggling to get your team involved, make sure you rewatch this, share this with another dadpreneur that may have the same struggle in their business, so they can learn to be able to create more loyalty in their business, which will then create more output and results from the team while creating a better culture.